So, I've been trying to complete the Terminus map Easter egg solo, and some of you have been with me every step of the way. Now, my goal here is to test and find the best of the best weapons. There are many people, both on YouTube and also at home, that would swear by the GS45's akimbo, which, when pack-a-punched, become Sally and Forth. Now, I like them a lot, of course, and I also use them a lot too. However, I still seem to fall short of completing the boss fight, which is really frustrating. So it got me thinking, are there any other better weapons? Now, according to Blast.tv, there are 5 weapons that should be meta, and we are going to test them all. How they perform with and without Pack-a-Punch, and what type of damage they do to the zombies, the manglers and the amalgams. And of course, if we can make it, the boss Patient 13 too. So, number 1. On paper, the Saug seems to be a good weapon. And according to Blast.tv, the damage per second is more than enough to defeat Patient 13, as long as it has the akimbo attachment. This is due to having 2 Saugs as opposed to 1, creating more damage per second. So, the movement, that feels good, but as expected, the recoil was very abrupt. But what do you expect from a fast-firing SMG akimbo? Initially they were good and had a good headshot damage. However, the higher the rounds got, the more difficult they were to use, the recoil was too fast, and hitting a critical was too difficult. I must admit that I was disappointed, and the damage done against the manglers and amalgams, that is really poor too. And even when Pack-a-Punch to level 2, it took a really long time to take out Nathan as well. Personally, if you are looking to complete the Easter egg, it's not worth the points spent. And if you might just be looking to go high rounds, then you need to know that this gun becomes useless around level 25 upwards. It might be meta according to others, but for me, it's just no. Number 2. Now, the SVD is a sniper rifle, which might put some of us off, especially within zombies, as each round we have to have more and more bullets to keep taking out the hordes of zombies chasing us. However, once it is pack-a-punched, it becomes a shotgun, with the range and damage consistency of that of a sniper rifle. This was really exciting to see how it might perform, even though I was surprised to see it on the weapon list initially. Well, hello movement speed, hello agility and aim speed for a sniper in zombies. Well, I do have to admit the weapon felt good initially. It was holding its own, and to be honest, I actually had a lot of fun using it. Although, the fun does become short-lived, because even when the weapon is packed up to a high level and it is at high rarity, it doesn't deal with the manglers or amalgams as well as it should. Although this is a fun weapon, so if you are looking to complete the quest, I would recommend finding something else. If you're looking at running higher rounds, then you could hold on to it, although I think at some point it might become a bit useless. Number 3. So, the Sigma. Yes, you heard me correctly, the Sigma. The rocket launcher that initially holds only 1 round of ammunition. This surely can't be a good weapon. Yes, it might do a lot of damage, but I'd have to reload too much. Well, yes and no. True, it would be rather tedious until you can pack-a-punch the weapon, but as soon as you are able to, it turns into a rapid-fire launcher holding 3 rounds that can fire almost all at the same time. So, face it, 3 is definitely better than 1. Now, I found that this weapon was able to hold its own for quite a long time. Being able to round the zombies into a group, it would do well taking the hordes out. But when it did come to the manglers and amalgams, well, it just didn't seem strong enough. I kept having to switch to my secondary weapon just to deal with them. This, to me, was extremely disappointing, as you'd expect a rocket launcher to damage them much more than it did. Again, this weapon for running the Easter egg or even high rounds is not going to go the distance. There may be some people out there that can use it within the right way, you know, the right augments, the right attachments, but it's not for me. Number 4. Some would think that the ASG shotgun would be the best loadout for zombies. Well, heck, I'm one of them. Let's be honest, why wouldn't it be? The weapon is fast firing, it has good movement speed, and widespread shots. All of these are true, and yet it is still not the best weapon. I found this weapon to be both fun and useful, and once it is pack-a-punched as well, it gets faster and more fun to use. However, I still found myself being overwhelmed by the hordes chasing me down. Again, once we got to the higher rounds, it didn't hit as hard, although I must admit it seemed great to begin with, as when fighting Nathan it was doing massive damage, bringing his health down drastically. Even though I really like this weapon, I feel as though it is more of a support to a main weapon. It's a great get you out of a situation free kind of gun. This one for me stays in the circulation of weapons to use, whether it be going for the final boss or just racking up high rounds. So for me, this one's a good one. Number 5. Of course, this next weapon needs no introduction, as it is getting a lot of praise within the zombie community anyway. Of course, it's the GS45 pistol. Now, this weapon as a standalone gun is not all that, and if you were to load in with it, you might be okay for the earlier rounds. However, when you place the akimbo attachment onto the weapon and get it pack-a-punched, it turns into Sally and Forth, which is an imitation of the original Mustang and Sally's. These pistols together are broken, and I'm all for it. They make the zombies experience so much fun, and at times easy, which is why I would say they are at the top of my list, and I make sure that I have them in every run I do. The damage that they inflict is immense. Just look at how quickly we take Nathan out here. It took me around 20, maybe 30 seconds, and the weapons are only at level 1 Pack-a-Punch 2. It is by far the best weapon to use within the game. However, please don't forget to grab yourself your PhD flopper, otherwise you will explode yourself very, very quickly. So, there it is. That is my take on the 5 meta zombie guns as stated on blast.tv. I would summarise that the SAUG, the SVD and the Sigma and the ASG would be good as maybe supporting weapons to either the GS45s or either a wonder weapon such as the ray gun. So if you are looking to complete the Easter egg, I recommend using the GS45s with another supporting weapon from the list, or maybe another favourite weapon of your own. If you are playing for fun or experimenting with levelling guns up, then do it. After all, the game does have to be fun first, right? How far have you gotten through the Terminus Easter egg? What weapons do you use without fail? Let me know down in the comments below so I can check them out. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, as you won't then miss another video. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall catch you in the next one.